G'day. I'm recording some electric bass today, so I thought I'd do a quick run through of how I go about doing that. I am doing a recording for a guy who sent me a song that he wants me to add some parts to, and the bass is part of that. Now, I'm not the world's greatest bass player by any means. It's a recording feature, benefit I can offer. Anyway, so when I'm recording bass, I'm generally recording two tracks. I'm generally recording a DI track and an amp track. And the DI track, so I'll run the bass through a JDI DI box, so I can split the signal out. I then run the DI track straight into my X8P interface, and run that into the UA console, where I use a Unison preamp. I use the 610B, that's what I'm using today anyway. I bring the level up to what it's getting a reasonable input into the preamp, and I'm adding a little bit of EQ at 100 hertz. I'm adding 4.5 decibels just to bring the bottom end up in the input. Then managing the output back down again. When I'm recording, I'm generally looking to around about up to minus 15 dB for the recorded track. So I'm just managing the input to get that. So out of that preamp, I'm just running it through a oxide tape plug-in to get a little bit of saturation on it. And that's printed with the recording. I've got that red light lit up. It takes the oxide tape effect to the recording. The second track, I take the through from the DI box and run it through to, I've got the bass amp set up in the next room, and it's an Ampeg SR, whatever they are, VR, whatever they are. It's a relatively small bass amp. It's got two, I think they're 12-inch speakers, they're quite large, quite good speakers, but just a little head on the top. I record that with a Sennheiser 602 II microphone, which scoops the mids out of the signal and gives you the bottom end and a little bit of crunch in the 2 to 4K sort of range. And I'm running through the console, through my 4710 preamp, hitting the VU meters reasonably well, and getting a little bit of compression. The compression's switched on as well, so I'm taking a little bit of the hair off the top. No further treatment. It just runs through console into the session, and the session I'm recording in today is Logic, and the two tracks come through looking like that. The DI sounds it's a good DI recording with a little bit more of the bottom end boosted. There's a little bit of grit on it. That's pretty good. And then the amp track. I really like these amps. I reckon it's a great sound. It's got a nice rounded bottom end sound, but it's got a lot of grit in there as well. I could use that on its own. I could use the DI on its own, or I can blend the two of them fully, or what I most often tend to do is use the bottom end of the DI and that grit from the amp, take the bottom end out of the amp sound, and then blend the top and the bottom, if you like, to give me the overall bass sound that I'm looking for. But yeah, that's how I go about it. Just thought I'd give you a quick run through of that. Yeah, so I hope you got something out of that. If you've got a comment or question, let me know and I'll get back to you. Like, subscribe, all those sorts of things. And I hope to see you another time. Thanks. Bye for now.